Hi guys, so I'm not sure if you can see me yet, but unfortunately with the setup that we've got at the moment, I can't actually see you, so I'm just looking at myself in the screen here. But obviously having a great time in Rio. We finished competing a few days ago. Unfortunately, the results didn't go our way, so I don't have a medal to show you. Wish I did, but didn't happen this time. So if I can hang in there for, I guess, another 4 years, maybe I might get to have a medal to show for my efforts. It's been a great experience so far. We obviously competed quite early on in the picture, so now we've got a lot of time to go and support all the other Australian athletes in their events. And saying that, I was actually out at the golf today, which was the first time golf has been, I think, in the Olympics for a number of years. So it was great to go out there and support the Australians who were competing. One Australian golfer, Marcus Fraser, was in medal contentions right up until the end, but unfortunately missed out. So I guess that was a bit disappointing, but I think a few of the boys are out at the 100-metre final tonight and getting to watch Usain Bolt run. So they're very fortunate to be out watching the athletics tonight, and it's been, I guess, a great time so far. I've got here that I think you guys have all sent across, so I'll try and get through as many as I can. I think we've got half an hour, so I'll rattle the questions off and answer them the best of my ability. So I'll shoot off with the first one here. It's what did you have to do to be selected for the Olympic team? For rugby sevens, obviously there's a pathway which you, I guess, progress through the different levels to finally be picked for the national team. And I've been lucky enough to be captain of the team for the last four or 5 years now. So not that it was ever guaranteed that I was going to be selected for the Olympics, but I think, I guess with my expertise and the way that I'd been playing for the last number of years, I was in with a good shot, and luckily enough I didn't have any injuries. And so I was selected, it was probably only 3 weeks prior to us flying out for Rio. So I guess we get notified quite late in the picture for when we actually get to go over to Rio. So I was lucky enough to be selected along with the other 11 players, and we're having a great time. Second question here: how did you become captain of your team, and do you enjoy the role? I became, I guess, captain, as I said, 4 or 5 years ago. At the time, there was a lot of players to leave the program. I've been playing now for eight years, so obviously had a lot of experience. I'm one of the older players in the squad, so have quite a bit of knowledge around how the game's supposed to be played. So the coach at the time decided to name me captain, and it's something that I've loved and cherished along the way, and it's obviously a huge responsibility, and it's a great privilege at the same time. And every time I run out onto the field with the boys behind me, it's always a great honour, and something I definitely don't take for granted. Another question here: do you have a job besides playing rugby? And what would you want to be if you weren't playing rugby? Rugby is my full-time job at the moment. Obviously, we train quite rigorously. We're down at Narrabeen, which is on the northern beaches of Sydney. So we train down there 6 days a week. We start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes we're not gone until 6 p.m. at night. So they're big days. Doesn't allow me to have another job. I guess I wasn't playing rugby. I'm a very keen golfer, so I guess I'd love to be a professional golfer if my ability could take me that far. If not, I guess once I retire, I'd love to develop the game of rugby sevens here in Australia. I think now that it's an Olympic sport and we've seen the success that obviously the women have had, they walked away with the gold medal, which was a tremendous effort on their behalf. So I guess I'd like to grow the game in Australia, women's programs, and try and take it to the next level over the next few years. And that's definitely something I'm looking to do once I guess retire from the game from playing. Question: what inspired you to be an Olympian? Interesting one, because when I started playing rugby, obviously it was an Olympic sport. So I guess, yeah, when I decided to play rugby, is because I loved the game and loved the sport. It wasn't because it was in the Olympics, and it was only up until I think 6 years ago where they announced that rugby was going to be in the Rio Olympics. So to get the opportunity maybe to represent my country at Olympics was something that I definitely wanted to do, and I managed to, I guess, stay in the game for that period of time up until now to finally get to become an Olympian, which has been something very special. And yeah, the whole experience has been completely amazing, and I'm loving every second that I'm here in the village, and I guess getting to support all the other Australian athletes at the same time. Question: what exercises do you do to get your hamstring so strong? Can you demonstrate? Unfortunately, I'm in a tiny room here in the village, so it's going to be difficult to demonstrate. But I think it was something that I'm just naturally, I guess, born with. There's nothing, I guess, too special that I do from anyone else in the team, but I've got strong hamstrings, and there's been a few videos that have gone viral over the last few months, I guess, of me demonstrating my hamstring strength, which is quite funny because I don't see it as anything too special, but some people, I think, find it quite interesting. Another question: have you ever had any family members compete in the Olympics? No, I'm the first family member to be competing in the Olympics, so they're all back home. I guess very excited for myself, and I was lucky enough to have my mum come across and watch me. So I know all my other brothers and sisters would have really liked to come across and support me, but unfortunately, with a few of the health, I guess, risks and a few other issues going on in Rio at the time, they didn't feel as if it was safe for them to come across. So I know they've been watching on the TV, and I've been getting a lot of messages from family and friends supporting me along the way. And obviously, I guess, yeah, that's great to have that support network around you whilst you're competing in a foreign country. Another question here: what sights have you seen of Rio Olympic Village like? Haven't seen too many sights of Rio as of yet. I've been stuck in the village and also competing. So I was lucky enough today, as I said, to get out on the golf course and watch. So that was, I guess, one of the first times I've been out and about and seen some of the sights. But definitely over the next week or so, I've got a few sites that I definitely want to tick off and see. And so I think the whole team is looking forward to that. I think we've been, I guess, so focused on our competition, and now that that's over and done with, we can get out about and tick off some of the big sites. The second part of the question was, what's the Olympic Village like? It's hard to explain. It's almost like a mini city in itself. We're staying in huge apartment buildings, and there's probably about maybe 20 or 25 of these huge towers. Australia has, I guess, pretty much its own tower block. as the Australian team is so big. I think there's about 420 odd athletes and probably another 500 or so staff that goes and coaches that goes with those athletes. So we take up our own tower block, and it's got a nice pool in front of it. To get round, we get buses because it's so big. The dining room is probably the highlight of, I guess, of being in the Olympic Village. You get to see all the amazing athletes coming and going. So the rugby boys, we like to go into the dining room. We've got our table, which we sit at pretty much every night, which is right in front of the entrance. And you get to see, the great tennis players, the golfers, Usain Bolt, a lot of these athletes walking in and sitting. They sit pretty much right next to you and have dinner. So that's, or breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's definitely one of the highlights of being within the village walls, and I think to be able to be so close to all these, I think the superstar athletes is pretty amazing, and I think it's a highlight of most of the athletes that stay in the village. Another little thing that you might like to be interested in, there's a McDonald's within the village here. I did happen to give it a try this afternoon for the first time. There's a huge line, which I waited for about 20 minutes. But the perks of the 20-minute wait is that it's all free. You don't have to pay for any of the McDonald's. So I made sure that I ordered up big and took quite a few burgers up to the boys in the rooms after. And I'm sure, now that we've finished competing, it'll probably be getting a bit of a run over the next week or so as we can, sit back and relax and enjoy ourselves. That competition is over now. Another question here: how many injuries have you had, and which has given you the most pain? I've had a few. I've been playing rugby for over 10 years now, so the injury list is quite long. The most painful one I've ever had would probably have to be dislocation of my kneecap, but at the same time I fractured the patella. So the kneecap, pops out of the socket, and then I fractured the kneecap itself, and that one was quite painful. I've done a shoulder. I've had plates put in my foot. I've done knees. I think unfortunately it's part of the game. We play a contact sport, so these injuries do happen quite frequently. But I've been lucky of late. I haven't had too many serious injuries, so touch wood that my good run continues over the next few years. Another question here: what foods do you eat, and how many meals a day? It varies from when we're training, and high training compared to these. Usually I only have 3 meals a day, so breakfast, lunch and dinner. And usually, if I can, after a big training session or weight session, we try and get a protein shake in after those sessions to refuel. But there's nothing too special about my diet. Obviously, I like getting in quite a lot of proteins and carbs to fuel the body, and eating healthy is definitely something as an athlete that you need to be doing on a daily basis. So the Macca's today wasn't a regular occurrence. It's special treats, and we've finished competition now, so we've got 6 weeks break until we start training again. So every now and then you can treat yourself to a nice little snack if you've done a lot of the hard work. Okay, I'll move on to some of the other questions. favourite athlete competing at the Olympic Games? I'd have to say Usain Bolt, just because obviously he's the fastest man in the world, so it's a great title you can have. It's interesting seeing him in the village. Wherever he goes, a lot of the athletes almost, what would you say, surround him or mob him for a selfie. So although he's the coolest athlete and the athlete I look up to the most, don't know if I'd want to be him in the village, because he, I guess you can't move very fast in the village without people swarming him and asking for selfies. So, but I think he's racing actually very soon tonight in the 100-metre final. So hopefully he can win that and become, I guess, the third time. This will be his third Olympics where he picks up the 100-metre final that's done before. So that'd be a pretty amazing story if he can get that tonight. Another question: when you won silver at the 2010 Commonwealth Games, looking back at that now, it's still a highlight of my playing career. We got silver in Delhi and bronze. And as I always say, well, I was saying to the lead up to this tournament, there's one medal missing there, and that's a gold. So I thought it might happen here in Rio, but we've still got, I guess, the Commonwealth Games coming up in our own back. Fingers crossed I can maybe hang around until then and get that gold medal that I yet to have. So the silver's right up there as a highlight, but I'm looking for a gold still somewhere. Another question here: do you like playing any other sports? I think I said before, I love playing golf. I try and get around in at least once a week, but I guess with our training schedule at the moment, what it has been, that's been virtually impossible. So now I've got a bit of downtime, would love to get some, I guess, more golf in, and I also don't mind surfing on the weekends if the weather's really nice. And although I haven't been able to do it too much of late because in our contracts it doesn't allow us, but I'm a keen skier and snowboarder. So I guess once I retire, I can pick that up again, and I love going to the slopes and having a few weeks either down in Thredbo or overseas around Christmas time, skiing some slopes. So hopefully there's more of that to come in the future. Another question here: what was the junior club you played for? The junior club I played for was a small little rugby club called Linfield. It's up on the North Shore in Sydney, and I started playing there when I was 7 years old, and probably up until I was, I think, 15. So yeah, played a lot of my junior rugby at that club, and we had quite a successful group going through at the time, and we won quite a few of the premierships every year. So I guess that always made it a bit more enjoyable. And this little rugby club, and a lot of my friends, I guess at the time, were playing there, and a lot of my schoolmates as well. So it was, I guess, a good mix at that club. Another question here: what skills do you think are essential to be a rugby sevens player? I think the number one would have to be your fitness and athleticism. I guess rugby sevens, there's a lot more, I guess, running in that game. So fitness would have to be number one. And I think you also need to have, I guess, a lot of speed qualities about you. The game's very fast-paced game, so I guess speed is also crucial. And I guess you can mix in some strength there, because you need to be able to tackle and break tackles and work at the breakdowns. So I guess, yeah, there's quite a lot of I guess skills and I guess attributes that you need to become a rugby sevens player. But I think generally the fitness and the speed and the strength is vital. And then I guess obviously you need to be able to pass and do all the simple things that a rugby player can do at the same time. Another question here. Do you plan on attending the Games in 2020? Now, it says attending the Games. I'm hoping that's on as a spectator. I'd love to still be playing. So I don't know if the body can hold on for another 4 years. I'm 30 now, so there's not too many players out there who are, I guess, 34 at the moment at this Olympics that have managed to hang on. So, I could always be the first. But yeah, I'd love to, I guess, go to another Olympics. And I guess, yeah, we're disappointed about results that I guess happened whilst we were playing. And, we came into this tournament thinking, a medal was definitely achievable, and it definitely was. We've been training quite well. I guess we had been training well all the way up until the tournament. We were ranked 4th in the world, so definitely to get a medal wasn't out of reach at all. And to come away with 8th, I guess after the tournament is very disappointing. And if I can hang on for another 4 years, hopefully I can fix that and come away with the medal at I think it's in Tokyo in 2020. So I've been there a few times before playing rugby. So who knows? I might be there, hopefully up on the podium with the gold medal around my neck. Are you friends with the members of your rugby sevens team? Yes, they're I guess, yeah, they're some of my best mates. We we train every single day together, and we always spend a lot of time with each other off the field as well. Socially, we like to hang out with each other, and they're some of my best friends I've got, and lifelong friends. And experiences like these that definitely bring you closer together. And yeah, friends for life. So we're very fortunate that we get on so well with, I guess, all our teammates. And I think it's a strong point of difference with our team, that everyone gets on so well. And we're just lucky that we've got such a great team environment, which is almost what we call it. A lot of the time, it's like a small family. A lot of those boys have moved from Brisbane or Melbourne or Canberra to train and move up into Sydney, where we train full time. So for them to I guess move away from their family and friends, it's great that we can create a small family environment up on the northern beaches where we train every day. A few other questions here. What type of food are you eating in Brazil? Is this different from the food here in Australia? Do you get to go out and maybe eat junk food when you're not playing? As I said, the dining hall, it's huge. It's broken up into different sections, which is different cuisines. So in, I guess, one section you might have Italian food, which is different pastas, pizzas. Then another section you might have some Asian food, which might be some noodles, a lot of stir fries, spicy chickens, some dumplings, and then it goes along the whole back wall where it's all different cuisines. So I guess I've been trying to eat what I'd normally eat back home. Don't want to be touching too many foods which I'm not familiar with. So the section I usually would be the Italian section, because I guess I like to load up on some carbs and eat a lot of pasta. But in saying that, the Asian stores have some great noodles. You do get sick of eating the same food, so you do have to mix it up and get a bit of variety. But no, the food's been great here, and hopefully over the next week or so we can also get out some local cuisines. I know the Brazilians do a great barbecue, and I know the boys are big fans of steaks and meats and sausages. So I'd say that we'll be getting along to one of them over the next few days for sure. A question here: you have a twin brother. Who is the better football player? I would say myself, but if you were to ask him the question, I'm sure you'd get the same answer. So we actually play different positions, and he plays, I guess, rugby in the 15 man's format, where I play, I guess, 7. So it's hard to compare, I guess, who's the better twin, as a lot of people would say. But no, I think he's obviously a good 15s player, and I'm a good 7s player. So yeah, we'll just say I am. What's the feeling like in Rio? Is it scary? Is it dirty? Is it mysterious? No, none of them at all. The city itself is amazing. Obviously, the people here are very proud, and they love getting the opportunity to host the Olympics. And I think there obviously are danger areas within the city itself, but if you steer clear of them and you're smart about what you're doing, you don't really find yourself in any danger whatsoever. So yeah, it's not scary. It's not dirty. It's a lovely, amazing city, and the weather's been very kind to us most of the time. So it's been very warm over here at the moment. And yeah, I think if it stays like this, it's going to be an amazing Olympics. Straight on to the next question. Did the weather have any impact on your game? Is it hot and humid? It was quite interesting, the weather over the 3 days we played. I remember on the first day it was probably 30. It was extremely hot. Yeah, it was heat that I'd never really felt or played in before. So that was definitely a challenge. And then on day 2, it was raining and quite miserable. So that was another interesting, day to play in. And then the third day it actually cleared up, and it was quite a nice day. So I guess we got all different types of weather over our competition. It does change the way in which you can play. Obviously, when it's wet, you can't, throw the ball around as much as you like. So it did have an impact, but everyone was dealt the same conditions. So you can't look to use as any excuse whatsoever. So, but no, we've been, overall very fortunate with the weather here in Rio. Another question here: which team was the most challenging to play during the Olympics? I would definitely have to say that would be South Africa. In the I think it was the semi-final or quarter-final we played them in on day 2. We actually played them on the morning of day 2, and we beat them. And just the way that the draw went, we had to play them later that night, and they were just very strong when we played them in that game, in the second one, and unfortunately they ran away with it, and we were knocked out of medal contention, and which was very disappointing. I guess once you've been training for that long period of time, and to lose that game, and then to finally know that you're not going to be in the medal hunt, It's quite, I guess, quite devastating. And but we had to pick ourselves up and play another 2 games after that, which was also quite challenging mentally as well. Another question here: how much water would you drink on game day? Also, it just depends on the weather. I said day 1 was very hot, so we're drinking a lot of fluids. I've actually got some here because it's still quite warm outside, so you always just need to be staying hydrated. I think this is, I don't know if you can see, but it's got Coca-Cola on the water label, who obviously make the waters over here, and there's fridges everywhere in the village, and they give us a little a swipe card here that you hold up to the fridge, and the fridge door unlocks, and they've got hundreds of bottles of water. They've got Cokes, Powerades, a lot of drinks within these fridges everywhere in the village, and you can just pick up drinks out of the fridges whenever you want. So that's another good little, perk of being in the village. Last question here. Do you get nervous playing in front of big crowds and being on world TV? Not really, because I've been doing it for a long time, and point where you don't even realise that there is a big crowd out there. You kind of block that out, and what I see out on the field is just my teammates and the opposition. You kind of have tunnel vision where you block everything else out. All the crowd and everything else, you just manage to switch that off, and you just see what's on the field. So and being on TV, and I think that doesn't really you don't even really think about that when you're playing out there. Obviously, it's been filmed and it is being streamed around the world, but you put it to the back of your mind, and you never really you're not thinking about it when you're out there playing. So maybe I'm different, maybe other people do, but so I think that's pretty much all the questions. Thanks very much for your time. Hopefully you're having a good time in school at the moment. It's 10:30 at night here, and Usain Bolt's about to, I think, maybe run soon. So I'll let you guys go. If you guys are watching this live, maybe you can tune into the TVs as well and see him run the 100-metre final and hopefully get a gold medal. So thanks very much for your time, and be nice to your teachers. See ya.